I'm Becca,
And I'm Caitlin. And this is
the Penfriends podcast.
Alright, cool. I think we got it. Cool.
Oh my god. I love everything right now.
Hello, how are were you looking at Josh?
What?
Were you looking at Josh?
No. I'm sitting on my couch, so I'm actually looking at my TV. Because the only thing I've been able to think about for like a week and a half is Shane Dawson's new video series that he was doing with Bunny, where he like went to Texas and went to her house and like did all that stuff, and the finale just aired today, and Josh is watching Bunny's video right now.
Ah, I see.
So I haven't been able to stop thinking about Bunny in like a week and a half. So
yeah, I heard about that through a different YouTuber actually. Because he was talking about he said some not so good things and he apologized for them, and it wasn't related to comedy. He was just trying to make a point and it came out wrong. And so his audience, it took a really big toll on his channel. And so he was talking about, because that was what Bunny and Shane Dawson were, like he was helping her, like, do you think, wasn't it kind of, I haven't watched it yet, obviously, so I don't know, but wasn't it like, what do you feel like your channel is like now after all of these years?
It was more like he saw that she was struggling and like in a bad place.
Yeah.
And so he wanted to start this new series where he like kind of collabs. I mean, technically it is a collab with YouTubers that are like feeling frustrated with YouTube, and he like goes and tries to get them like excited again. And he like went and realized that like Bunny was hiding so much about her life for years and years and years because she didn't want her audience to think that she was like flexing on them. Like she lives in a fucking like mansion that her and Dogman designed themselves. She has like hella cool cars. They have an arcade in their house, and like her like baby doll room where she keeps all her oddities is like amazing. And like I was watching that part of the video and I was like, oh my gosh, I've never seen like this room, and that's what I want to see, because that's like the coolest thing about her is that she's like into all these oddities, and I am too. So it was interesting to see, but since it was on Shane's channel, there were definitely parts where I was like, if I was Bunny, I would feel so uncomfortable right now. And it's probably just like has to do with Shane's video being edited. You know what I mean? Because like obviously they are not recording the entire time. They have to edit it down to be a Shane video. But yeah, I don't know. And then this final part, they went to Uncommon Objects in Austin, Texas, which is like her happy place. And she was like getting really excited, and you could tell that she like genuinely loved being there and just loves everything about the objects there. And Shane was like, wow, you're into this, like, type of thing, and was like, ooh, you really like that? And I'm like, I would be so uncomfortable if I was Bunny right now.
I think I would also be uncomfortable with the fact that, are all of these videos going up on his channel or her channel?
They
so
went
he's
up,
the one?
It was Shane's series. So they're like, on his channel.
I get the I get, like, collaboration, like, she's not getting any of those views.
Like, Bunny, I guess, reached out to Shane and asked if he, like, wanted to collab with her, and thought that he would just say no. But he didn't say no. Like, he said sure, and then he had like, this idea for a while, but didn't know how to execute it. And then he, like, ran the ideas through with Bunny, and she agreed to it. And then he, like, brought his squad to Texas and didn't tell them, like, what was going on until they were there. So that was, like, part of the series. I mean, it was interesting, but I don't know. But I definitely noticed a change in, like, Bunny's videos. She's only posted 2 because she's stopped posting as frequently, because that was one of Shane's, like, tips, was don't post every day. Like, take time and put, like, effort into, like, 1 or 2 videos a week. And, like, you know, because if your fans or subscribers, whatever, audience, there we go, can tell that you're, like, passionate about what you're putting out, you're gonna get a lot more, like, views and stuff. And, like, they talked about her thumbnails and everything. And sorry, I'm, like, going on and on about it because this is, like, all I've been thinking about, basically because it lit a fire under my ass after, like, seeing it, because before the collab even went up, Bunny did a video talking about how she, like, got a new tattoo and everything, and she, like, mentioned the collab and how, like, she didn't give anything away because it hadn't gone up yet, but she was like, I collabed with a really cool person and it just, like, changed everything, and I feel like I've come through this past year, like, on the other side, ready and, like, back to my former self and just, like, everything. And I'm like, wow. So it just kind of lit a fire to be, like, coming up with more ideas and just running with whatever I think is cool. So
yeah, I think maybe I should give it a watch, because that might light a fire under my ass about whatever sort of project I decide I become passionate with next. It may not, maybe YouTube, maybe not, I don't know. How have you been?
I've been okay. Other than that, I've just been working and hanging out. I'm glad that, like, the weather's getting warmer and I can go outside more, because I was getting to a point, but now it's, like, super gloomy and rainy, so that's kind of taking a toll on me, but whatever.
Yeah, it was kind of, I ran into the rain a little bit on my drive over to Kalamazoo area, but on the way back it was really nice. And I like I don't mind rain. I like rain at night when you can fall asleep to it and have the window open. But yeah, sometimes it just gets a little too cold for my liking. But yeah, what have I been doing? I had my interview today. That's why I drove over to Kalamazoo. It wasn't necessarily an interview, more than just, like, a tour. Like, I got to tour the place and see these people at this theater. Because I finally told them, I was like, hey, just so you know, I am working somewhere over the summer. And they said, well, we do like our people to start at the same time you're doing this job. And, but you are more than welcome to come see the place. You're local. We'd love to meet you. And so, yeah, they gave me a tour of the space. They told me, like, immediately send your stuff to us personally in, like, December, so we can immediately get it to the person that, like, starts going through all that process. And so yeah, I'm obviously not working there this summer. I have my job in the summer, but in the fall I probably am just gonna find some retail job and just save up a bunch of money, so that way I'm sitting pretty for a little while. But yeah, I'm just reading my scripts and getting ready for my summer job. I have to read through Julius Caesar. I've been kind of putting it off because it's Shakespeare.
Yeah.
And I love Shakespeare. It just is like, out of all the shows to do with middle school students, we're doing Julius Caesar.
Right.
And so, but the musical is Brigadoon, and it's one of my favorites. I was reading through it, and the music is so pretty. Have you ever seen Brigadoon? Do you know anything about the show? So it's these two guys in the 1940s they go to Scotland for a hunting trip, and they run into this little village. It's not on any map. This village of Brigadoon. It's not on any map. No one mentioned that there would be this village in the middle of a forest. All these people are kind of weird. You know, they are dressed in traditional Scottish clothes. Their houses look really old. They don't know what a phone is, and so they're like, something's up. And the pastor, or the father of the church in the 18th century, asked God for a miracle to protect the town of Brigadoon. So every night when the town goes to sleep, 100 years pass, and on the anniversary of the miracle, it is shown by the human, like the veil is lifted for a day. And so these two men happen to stumble upon this town on that day, and it's the day of a wedding, and one of the guys of the ancient Scottish village wants to leave, but if anyone leaves Brigadoon, it would disappear forever. So it's this whole drama. But of course, like, one of the guys from the 1940s falls in love with the Scottish girl who's in the past, and so it's a great show. It's really great music.
Cute.
It was the show that was my senior year show when all of that weird stuff happened with the musical. Yeah.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
fun. Yeah, so that was the show that was going on, and so now I need to, like, redeem it in my heart with these middle schoolers. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
We saw Peter and the Starcatcher. Have you ever seen that show or read it?
No, I haven't.
There are books about it, and I say that because you read. And so my mom listened to the book because we were seeing the show, and she said the book was nice. So maybe I'll have to find. Oh, it's an audiobook. I could get you the files. I'll send you the audiobook files.
Yeah, please do.
But Zach Witt, he was in the show, and he did a really good job. I was able to see Zach, and it was pretty good. So, yeah, it was fun. Oh, and Eric Nowicki.
To tell Josh.
Yeah. Oh, because they're best buddies. Yeah.
Yeah, they're bros.
Yeah. It was a good show. The people I brought, a whole bunch of people who work at the high school shows. My old high school drama teacher, the person who does makeup, I've worked with her for a really long time. They all really enjoyed the show and they really want to do it. So that's why they saw the production. They were really impressed. So I was like, good, because I worked at this theater once, and they did good work. Anyway, it's kind of weird not saying our name at the beginning, but
I know that
this episode
really
will have
weird.
a brand new fancy intro.
Yay!
So, are your kids like getting super squirrely at daycare at the school?
Yeah.
Because it's like spring and they're almost done.
Yeah, I mean they're not almost done. They're almost done with us. But
right. Oh, so they're gonna move up.
Yeah, June 11th is when they transition. Well, not all of them. Like, I think over half of them maybe are transitioning, and I'm like, bye. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. But on Friday, they were so low energy. Like, I was bored the entire day.
Yeah.
Like, we stayed inside. We couldn't go to the gym. It was like rainy. We had art show last week, so all of our art pieces were still in the gym on Friday. And it was rainy, and we couldn't go outside. We couldn't go to the gym. And normally that would be like the end of the world for us. But they played for like 3.5 hours just fine. Wow. And yeah, it was like so crazy. They were so quiet and chill. I was pretty bored on Friday. And then today, we still couldn't go to the gym, but it stopped raining long enough for us to be able to go outside. So that was nice. And yeah, they needed to go outside and run around. Like, they were fine in the morning, but then usually they're super groggy, like, when they get up from nap. But today they, like, woke up and they were, like, yelling and laughing and, like, super silly. And we were like, whoa, what happened?
They all had good dreams.
Yeah, hopefully. Whew. Yeah, they're crazy.
Hey, what do you think it means when I had a dream about 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 Jeremy being murdered and then me like going to avenge his death. What does
You're
that
going
mean?
to avenge his death?
Yeah, like
Hmm.
he
Maybe
was.
it has to do with like loyalty.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
I just texted him and
But
I was
like,
like,
how
I
was
had
he
a full.
murdered? Who did it? Did you find out? Did you
No,
avenge
I woke
him?
up before I did, but I knew I was passionate about finding his
Caitlin.
killer.
Well, you didn't, so
Yeah.
it's an unsolved mystery.
No, I texted him and I was like, I had a weird dream about you, but it made me realize I love you. And he's like, what was the dream? And I said, well, you were murdered. He's just, he's like, oh, okay.
Yikes.
Nothing stuns him with me anymore. We're at that point now, like a year
Yes.
and a half now, and it's just like anything I say is just water off a duck's back. That's just Caitlin, good old Caitlin.
Just Caitlin. Yeah, totally. That's funny.
Did you go see your grandparents last Sunday? Yesterday? It was yesterday.
No, I did not. I
No?
didn't even leave my apartment
Hey,
yesterday.
that's fine.
Hmm.
That's fine. My grandma came over for Mother's Day. We had a nice cookout, and she taught us this really fun game. Do you do counting with your kids?
Yeah.
Like you count. It was a really fun game. I'm not gonna get a deck of cards, but it's like you have 10 cards, and it's just a game of chance. So you have 10 cards in front of you, and you have to draw a card. And if you draw a
Hmm.
4, you put it where the number 4 is.
That's like my favorite card game.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know what she called it, but we played it for a really long time.
I always called it garbage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hmm.
But my parents' kids are like their students are too old to play that game.
Oh,
And but she substitute teaches with they're 6th graders, they're middle schoolers.
I played it like
Like
my
to
whole
teach
life. I still
No, no,
would
no,
play
but
it.
like my grandma brought it up as like you can teach the kids how to count, and
Oh,
she
yeah.
does it when she has been substitute teaching with special ed kids
I
lately.
I
And
guess
so
it
she plays
would
a
be
lot with the
like
special ed kids.
a good way to do like number recognition too, because
Mhm.
you'd have to
Mhm.
like. But what was I gonna say? Oh, but like the eighth would be
Mhm.
one. I'm assuming,
Yeah.
so that would be kind of tricky
Mhm.
because there's no like number one. But whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
aces
my
were
kids
one.
can count. Some of them can count up to like 50 or 60, and that's just like the norm. So I have a really hard time finding. But then on the other like end of it, some of them can barely count to 10.
Hmm.
So it's like it's kind of the same as Head Start, but also none of my kids could count that high. Like they could maybe count to 20, maybe.
Right. Yeah.
So
So
doing
you
the
have to find the
calendar is really
balance.
hard. Yeah, doing the calendar is really hard because half the kids tap out at like 15. So
Oh.
so then we like usually when I get to 15, then I start counting down to see how many days we have left instead of
Mm.
counting to
Mhm.
see what day it is,
Mhm.
because otherwise there's like one person counting and then my co-lead gets a little sassy. But
That's a
that's
good general word
Yep.
that you
But
just
that's a
used.
conversation for off the recording.
I wonder if our many listeners are like, what do they talk about when they're not on air? And I would like to say, we barely talk when we're not doing this, and I don't mind that. No, 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 no. You're busy with your life. I do jack shit. You know,
But
we
like
got our own stuff
also
going on.
all I think about literally is YouTube and books. That's all that's like ever going on in my life ever. Last weekend, like not this past weekend, but the weekend before, on Saturday, I could not get out of bed. Well, I mean, I did kind of and like did a little bit of stuff, but then like I had this random thought. Okay, So I know I talk about, like, Simon, like, the movie Love, Simon all the time because I'm obsessed with
Mm-hmm.
it. And, like, I love a good Easter egg in movies. But also, like, I swear I remember seeing that he had a copy of Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda, like, on his bookshelf in the background, but I couldn't find it. But I know for a fact that he has the upside of Unrequited, which is, like, not, it's in the Simon verse, but it's not a sequel and it's not a companion. It just, like,
Mm.
he makes a cameo in it.
Okay.
And but then I just kept thinking, I'm like, but he's in it. So is book
Yeah.
Simon and movie Simon the same Simon or not? And then I just kept, like, thinking of, like, all the differences. And all I could think was of, like, movie Simon, like, reading the upside of Unrequited and being like, oh my gosh, I hang out with my friend Abby all the time. And she has a cousin. And, like, that's who the book is about. Is his friend Abby's cousin.
Right.
And just being like, wow, that's uncanny. It's my life. I don't know.
So
But
you are doing the thing. What's that one movie like from the early 2000s where he writes out shit and it happens to Will Ferrell?
yeah.
That's you. You're doing that right now.
Oh my god.
The
But
face you
like
just made.
it totally, like, consumed my entire day because I could not stop thinking about it. And then I just read the book History Is All You Left Me by Adam Silvera, which is a really great book. And it had a lot of similarities to We Are the Ants, which I, like, kind of talked about because it gave me an existential crisis.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, wow, these are basically the same book. And so I, like,
Mm-hmm.
wrote out all of the similarities, and then I just could not stop thinking about how it's, like, basically the same book, but it's not the same book. And I have a problem.
So you have these two books up on a wall with like the red string
Yes!
going
Yes,
across.
that's literally me. So I want to make, like, a video with, like, these conspiracy theories where, like, book Simon and movie Simon are not the same Simon, and I just have, like, the red string. Uh,
So can we like craft you one of these fake backgrounds to use for your new backdrop on your conspiracy videos? Because I think
yeah,
that'd be so funny.
absolutely, we can.
Like I want some YouTuber to do these conspiracies, like acting like a real like shut in, like that
I
is
am a
all they
real
think
shut
about.
in. Like, that's what I always think
You
about.
just are missing the wall with red string, Becca. That's all you need. Then you're all set. You don't need anything
It's
else.
in my head, though.
I know. But as one of my dad's favorite books says, information like that can't belong in your head because your head's not made for that. It needs to be out on paper, getting
That's
things
true.
done.
I mean, and that's exactly why I'm gonna film these videos. Like, I wrote it all down so that I could make a video because, like, I tweeted out something, and
Mm-hmm.
one of my, I'll say friends now because we talk back and forth a lot. She was like, "You need to make this, like, right now," but I
Yeah.
haven't made it yet. It's been 2 weeks.
Mm.
I'm working on it.
Yeah. You gotta be conclusive in your theories before you go off
Yeah,
spewing information.
yeah. I'm, like, nervous that I'm gonna make it, and they're gonna be like, "Well, actually." And I'm,
Right, yeah.
like, the one person that's, like, crazier than I am.
Oh,
Anyway.
the we as in the armies, the BTS community, their teaser for their new music video and song just dropped today, and everyone has been theorizing
Ooh.
um, because they have a whole bunch of stuff and some short films that they will sometimes put out that are related, that are not
Hmm.
related to the music, but in a way they're related, but not like directly to the.
Sure.
There's like an overarching story that keeps coming back and forth with BTS, and it's really cool. But now everyone on the Twitter, the Twitters and Tumblr and all that shit have been, like, theorizing all this stuff just from, like, a 1-minute teaser. The music video hasn't even come out yet. It comes out next week. And they're performing the song. Their first performance of the song is going to be at the Billboard Music Awards again this year. And they didn't get to perform. They didn't perform last year, so everyone's freaking out about it. And the fact that it's the first performance of this new song is, like, big stuff for BTS. I said I would find new stuff to talk about besides K-pop this episode, but
that's okay.
Like
you don't have to find new stuff. I don't have anything new to talk about.
YouTube, books, cats. I draw.
Yeah.
I'm a teacher. There, I did it to you. I did the joke you do to me to you. Ha ha.
Ah! You got me. You got me.
You
so
got
good.
me. Oh, my mom told me the best joke yesterday. Oh, what was the joke? I kind of want to take you downstairs and hear this joke. Not even for the show, but I should. Oh, if I learn about. Damn it. I had a new joke. It was a good joke.
Was it good enough to add to your repertoire?
Yes. I told my family the monk joke the other day.
I love that
when
one.
my grandma was over, and she laughed. That was a good joke for her.
It's a good one.
We've been, what else have I been up to? What else did I want to talk about? Oh, I found this app. This was an interesting app.
Yeah.
And neither of us can, we could try it just for fun, but I feel like I would have to, like, not necessarily get permission, but be like, this is an experiment, and when you see this app on my phone, and you see me talking to strangers, like, it's a dating app. That's why. This app is a dating app. All right. I don't even know how. It was in the newly recommended section. I'm not on dating apps. Jeremy, if you listen, you don't listen. It's okay. This is an app called Waving, and it's voice dating. So it's Tinder, but for voices. You don't post any pictures. You only post voice clips of yourself.
That's weird.
Yeah. It's a 3.1 out of 5 stars, with 7 ratings at the last time I took this picture, which was a long time ago, the beginning of April. But I saw this and I was like, that's interesting. Like, what kind of dating apps are going to be the dating apps of the future? Is it just going to be always pictures because we're so concerned with looks? Or is this eliminating the fact, is this eliminating beauty or, looks standards as a concept in the dating world just by having your voice? I want your credit score. That's what I want. Yep. I want everything else but your picture. I don't care. Are you pre-med? Or pre-law?
Asking the tough question. Your profile would just be your repertoire of jokes.
Fuck you. Oh, of my jokes? Yeah, no, that's the dating app I want. Not that I'm in the market, I'm in a happy relationship. That is, you should tell your best joke. Yeah. You can do it through audio because, like, delivery is a part of humor.
Oh, yeah.
But I want a solely humor-based, like, instead of pictures of yourself, I want your favorite memes. Like, that's the kind of dating app I want. If I need to know if we have the same taste in those good memes.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
I think it's important. Well, for me, humor is really important in any relationship, and I think I laugh at the fact that I make Jeremy laugh at the ridiculous things that I say. I've been like, ha ha ha, he let me get away with saying that.
Oh my god.
I say some weird stuff around you guys.
I love you so much. I can't even handle this right now.
Yeah, I found that app. It was pretty interesting.
That is really cool.
Yeah. That's why I want to try it. Like, I want to see, like, how effective it is, and if we still judge people. Like, I feel like
try it
could
for
be
a week.
Really easy. I should try it. I should just tell Jeremy,
and make
like, look,
a video.
I'm gonna be fake looking for people on this dating app for a week, but please. You should do it, too. If we both do it, it's fine.
I'm not doing it.
No. I meant hit Jeremy and
Oh.
I feel like it would be more on the
I'm not doing
level
that.
playing field. Why wouldn't you do it? You
I
want to
don't
know
know.
what would be really messed up, though, about a voice-only dating app?
What?
Is, well, anyone with accents, people would easily be very racist in regards to
Yeah.
accents with people. Those are my thoughts.
Can you be
No one asked for
racist
them.
towards an accent?
I think
Was that
I
an
think
ignorant
people
question?
no.
Okay.
I think people have these whenever people come up with caricatures or stereotypes with people of color. I think a certain type of voice comes up in your head, like you are giving a poor impression of a old Chinese man. Like like I say those words and you immediately think what that sounds like in your head based on stereotypes.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
So, yeah. So that's what I mean. I think that would perpetuate that, but I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I should try it.
Try it for a week and
Yeah, it may
record
not be
your
this
findings.
week. I will, if I ever try it, maybe I'll try it, and I will soon before I leave, and I'll let you guys know
I would
what
love
the
that.
tea is on the voice dating app. I don't play a lot of phone games anymore. Do you play games on your phone?
Not really. I downloaded the new Harry Potter game. I
Oh
just
yeah,
remembered
do you
that.
like that?
But I haven't played it, really.
I heard mixed things about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would like to hear, if you ever play it, I'd like to hear what you say.
I
You
mean,
like
I
it.
started it, but I don't ever play games on my phone, so I didn't keep up with it.
Yeah, the game I play with myself on my phone is how long can I look through the same Instagram videos? How many times can I refresh my feed on Twitter? Like, those are the games I play. That and the Animal Crossing game. I play that on my phone a lot.
How many times
But,
am I going to rewatch the same video
right,
over and
exactly, yeah.
over?
Yeah, that is the number one game I play. How many times do I stop myself from tweeting this really horrible thing I shouldn't be tweeting? How many times do I do that? Those are the
Okay,
games I play. I live dangerously.
this is a real question.
Yes.
So, shush. My co-lead is, man, I just talk about like Love Simon and Simon versus the Homo sapiens gender all the time. But
Oh,
she's
I did see you
reading,
tweet this. Yes, I
yeah,
did see
she's
you
reading
tweet
it,
this.
and she doesn't like one of the characters, and the companion to the book is from that character's point of view. But I don't know how to explain like what a companion is versus a sequel, because it's not technically a sequel. It's like in the same universe
Yeah.
with the same characters, but not necessarily a continuation. Okay. Sorry, that was like a real question.
Or are you texting this to her right now?
Yeah.
We're filming a show, Becca.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding. This is important to you, I know, and so I will respect you and your Love Simon. I still haven't seen the movie, because I thought I was going to see it with you.
Good.
But I probably
We can
will
still
go
watch
and
it together.
And once I watch it, we will dedicate a whole episode about it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Do you know about my magazine problem?
No?
Problem. So sometime last year, my grandma started getting magazines at her house with my name on them.
Really?
And when we were between houses, my parents put their forwarding address as my grandma's house because that's where they were staying in between houses. And I still get magazines. I was like, oh, it's been a year since that happened. My Vogue subscription will be ending. What does my grandma come with on Mother's Day when she visited yesterday? 3 Vanity Fairs and 2 Vogue magazines. I don't know. I'm not getting charged. I looked through my stuff. I'm not getting charged for these magazines. I've never signed up. I am pretty sure my great grandma gave me these subscriptions to magazines and like never told me.
That is
But
so
I've been
weird.
getting. I must have won a lifetime subscription to all of these magazines because I thought they were going to end, and she came with 5 yesterday to
Oh
give
my
me.
god.
So the mystery, I need to actually call them and be like, look, I don't know what's going on, but I need this to stop. This isn't even my address
I need this
anymore.
to stop.
I don't read, like, I will occasionally buy a Cosmo magazine if I'm feeling like I want to read something that I won't follow the advice of,
Mhm.
because they're very, you know, it's Cosmo. But Vogue and Vanity Fair magazines, are just, like, ads. And I will, like,
Yeah.
coupon clip out cool photos of clothes that I like, but then I throw the magazine away or I recycle it. I actually have the Vanity Fair about Meghan Markle, so I probably will read the like when that she got. I almost said when she subscribed to Prince Harry. When she subscribed, they got engaged. um, I got that magazine in the mail, so I'll probably read those articles because I can't help not reading about the royal family. But yeah, I don't do anything with those magazines. They just take up space. Yeah, so the mystery of my magazine subscriptions continues, and I don't know where they're coming from. There's something else I wanted to talk about. What else was I going to say? Oh, here's a topic of the conversation. We have half hour left. You want to know what we're going to talk about for half an hour?
Yeah.
The debate about video games leading to violence and addiction in children.
Ooh, that's a topic.
So my friend started getting into a Twitter fight with Paula Poundstone. Do you know who that is?
No.
She is a comedian and a writer, but she appears on NPR shows a lot, and she's like a regular comedian host on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. I know who Paula Pound is. I love Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. It's one of my favorite NPR shows. But she started retweeting a whole bunch of stuff about kids and how video games are addictive and violent video games make kids violent. And my friend, who is a video game video game
Oh my god.
composer,
Mhm.
and he went to school, to study all this, he started getting into a fight about this, and he was like, look, I personally, watch way more violent movies than I do video games. And I
Yeah.
think people are associating. Sorry, I just see Luna going crazy behind you,
Yeah.
and so that's.
Sorry.
I think people. I think part of the reason why people are like, oh, violence in movies, like violence in movies, whatever. Kill Bill can kill like 80 million people in one shot, and that was the example he gave. And Kill Bill
Mhm.
does kill a lot of people in that movie, but video games are the ones making kids violent, whatever. Because kids are the ones actually doing it, in a way.
Interesting.
Because you're controlling the player, and you as the player are making that choice
Yeah.
to to
I
shoot at that
mean,
alien in Halo.
I can kind of see it because I feel like after a certain amount of time, you get a little desensitized to it, but that's like any
Mm-hmm.
media now. Like,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I used to watch solely like horror movies, and
Mm-hmm.
like the gorier, the darker, like the better. And it definitely got to a point where I was like so desensitized to it that it was like messed up and I had to stop.
Mm-hmm.
But I was an adult at the time and I could like see that. But I get
Right.
like where, especially with this generation, if like that's what they're growing up with, they don't know. Like you're not gonna know. Where am I going with this? Do you get where I'm going with this? A little bit.
No.
Like
I
maybe
was looking
not.
at Paula Poundstone.
They're not always going to be able to see. There we go. that it's like getting more and more crazy and that they're getting desensitized to the violence. But then, if we're talking about kids, then you have to bring the parents into it as well, because parents are letting the kids play these video games. If they can see like a negative change in their children, why are you not putting a stop to it? Or like at least being aware of like the stuff that your kids are playing. But at the same time, I don't know. Like, I always was like, no, I mean, whatever. It's whatever. Video games don't make people violent. But there was a day when I like first started playing Grand Theft Auto, and I played it all day long. Like, that's all I did. And then in like the evening, I had to run out to the store, and I was like, wow, snap back to reality.
You can't drive around and you just wake up in a hospital and lose
Yeah.
$10,000. Yeah,
So
no,
I mean,
I get
like,
it.
it has an effect for sure, but I guess it's just up to you to realize like how that effect is impacting your life. There we go. How it impacts you. But as a child, like I was saying, like if the parents don't step in, then I can see how it might have negative or like tendencies. But at the same time, like my 3-year-old can make perfect gun noises. Who are they learning that from? Where are they learning that? Like, you're 3 years old, and you know what a machine gun sounds like.
Well, right.
But
Are they
they're
getting
not.
it from
But
their
they're not
games, or are they getting it
violent.
from people?
Yeah, from people, from media. Like, why are we blaming just video games when it's literally like everywhere? It's not just video games. I think that's
No,
like
exactly. I think that's
my
a
main
big.
argument is like, yeah, I'll just stop there.
Yeah, and I was looking up Paula Poundstone's Twitter, and other people were talking about, there are a lot of beautifully made, artful, very peaceful games, and it helped them as kids become more creative people. And then she just kind of commented, she's like, books, books, paper, crayons, construction paper, like all of these things help develop minds, not screens. I'm sorry screens didn't exist when you were 10,
Yeah,
because screens are now definitely a part of this culture. And if we have to get kids to get involved in art, that's why people make apps where you can color and apps where you can do this and that.
yeah.
And,
I mean,
she has a point, yes. Am I
yeah,
going to raise my kids in the future on screens? Only if that's the only thing possible. Maybe all the paper in the world is going to go to fueling our cars because we have no more oil and gas. What?
ooh, that's another topic.
If we become a Fahrenheit 451 society where books are banned and everything else is on a screen, yeah, you're going to have to entertain your kids somehow. And by the looks of it, that's where we're going. So,
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can also see both sides of like that too, because I'm a teacher and I know the research of like the impacts
oh
of
yeah, absolutely.
screen time and everything like that. Like, there's a reason why we're not supposed to like where we're supposed to read a book as opposed to like letting them watch an animated version of the book. You know what I mean? Like you get more from reading an actual book. And I've had a lot of kids who've had nothing but screen time like their whole
Yeah.
life, and they don't know like how to play, how to function. They have no attention span, like anything like that, that is definitely going to set up the rest of their school years like poorly unless, we teach them to do it. And it's frustrating like getting those kids in because it's like every couple minutes they're like, okay, well, what do I do now? What do I do now? And it's like,
Right, but did
figure
you
it
notice
out.
how did you know how you said nothing about violence in anything that you just said about students in
Right.
school?
Yeah.
Exactly. So I can see how video games are affecting kids differently, but I
Hmm.
don't think all these video games are for the sole, like the one bad thing, quote unquote, about video games
Absolutely.
is violence. I think it's the
Yeah.
least thing of our concern.
I
I think
think,
kids having access to guns is what is making
yeah.
kids more violent.
I think that like arguing that video games making kids violent is one of the most dated arguments that you could possibly make. Like it's been going on forever and people are like, no.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm always kind of surprised that people are still using that as an excuse. Like whenever there's a tragic shooting or anything, people are like, yeah, but like, did you see his video game collection? Did you see like, I don't know. I'm like, really? Did you turn on the
Yeah.
TV and like watch any of the shows on primetime television when kids are still awake and
Yeah.
you think that they don't know what they're seeing or you think that they're in bed or whatever and this is what they're seeing? Even raising your kids on like superheroes and everything. I'm like, wow, that
Yeah, did you take your kids to see Infinity War? I'm not gonna spoil it. I don't think you've seen it. But a lot of stuff happens in that movie,
yeah.
and it's not graphic in any sense. Actually, yeah, they do show blood in that movie. But uh, like, did you? I don't know. I don't know. It's this
But
whole thing
I think
about
the point is that like video games being the sole reason that kids are violent is obscene.
yeah, yeah. No, I agree. But yeah, my friend started getting into it. She responded to him and he was like, "Well, I'm doing this now." He posted on Facebook and he's like, she hasn't responded back to him. It only was like the one time, so
Mm-hmm.
it was fine. I think he
That's
started getting into it
funny.
on other people on the thread who like started replying
Oh,
to him. So I
yeah.
was like, "All right, you're messing with the wrong. It's okay. It's all right." My friend Matt, it's pretty funny.
Oh, yeah. I
Um,
was wondering if it was Matt.
yeah, yeah. Um, we talked like for 3 hours the other day about he had some, he's writing, we're writing buddies, and so he's like, I need to talk to you about this, and I was like, okay, but it was like about we talked for 3 hours about his novel and my not and my story as well. But I've been like jumping back and forth between writing different things, like old stories that I was just like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
last time I touched this was 2014. Let's see how much I write of this before I get bored again. And then, so I have like 5 open documents just kind of sorted through of a whole bunch of different stories. I notice I like writing about older teen girls.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them have fatherly relationships, like fatherly relationships with their dad that are pretty tight, and the
Yeah.
mom isn't there. That's 2 of my stories. Some of them are set in school where it's a really strict academy, and some of them aren't. But they're all like weird fantasy or sci-fi stories, and I'm like, all right, I need to branch out. Like I need to write something different.
That's so
But yeah,
funny.
yeah, just I need to read more. I've been staring at Harry Potter for a really long time
Yeah,
because
we need to.
we haven't done that yet.
I have
Maybe we should
so
take.
many things that I need to read.
I know, and you've already read Harry Potter, so it's like, fuck
Yeah.
that. You've already read it. Maybe I should just start reading it. Maybe I'll just read as much as I can over the summer because I think we might. It might get a little too crazy to do it to do this over the summer again, just because of
Mhm.
where I'm gonna be. But
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we can.
But we
So
can
maybe
read
over the
Harry Potter
summer.
together. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. You have anything else anything on your mind you've been wanting to talk about?
Um. No, not really. I'm trying to think. I feel like I had an idea, but I don't remember what it was. So I'll just say no.
Well, we did want to bring up political correctness in comedy, and I
Hmm.
found a great great, like, two things I wanted to show you, and I couldn't remember what your Tumblr was. I don't even think you go on
Oh,
Tumblr
I'm
anymore, so I
not on
couldn't.
Tumblr anymore. I
Yeah.
still have my
So,
Tumblr, but I'm not on it.
okay, that's why I thought I was like, all right, I need to message this to her somehow, and I just didn't. So, I have it saved. I just need to send it to you. But it was about one of these comedians, you know, basically talking about, if you're gonna make these jokes that could possibly get offended, like people could be offended by, you can't be mad at the fact that people are getting offended. Like that's the first thing you have to go into as a comedian, knowing that you're making these jokes. But the
Yeah.
person underneath gave a really nice and detailed, concise like reply to that, talking specifically about, I don't want to say the right way to do these kinds of offensive jokes, but like it wasn't necessarily the right way and the wrong way, but like one was obviously like very much very crass and very like towards a victim of a
Mm.
certain situation, and the others were mocking the culture and the offenders. So it was
Mm.
like they were rape jokes. I don't know if I didn't know, I don't know why I didn't want to talk. So like one was cool. Some of these rape jokes were clearly mocking victims, while others were like specifically rape culture, and so it was
Mm.
like those. So that person just kind of made it really nice and concise, and I was like, yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, other people don't agree
Mm.
that there's a right way and a wrong way to do any of these kinds of jokes. But anyway, so we'll talk about that, I'm sure, again when I actually send you the fucking link so you can read and we can read and watch these.
I think I get like what you're saying though. Like, there's a way to be tasteful in
Mm-hmm.
making jokes could that are about like touchy
Difficult
subjects.
topics.
Yeah,
Yeah,
difficult topics.
absolutely.
And I've seen it done well and I've seen it done not so well, but I did like was it just someone saying like you can't get mad that people like that you might be offending somebody or that people might be offended? What did you say to start it
he
off?
was he kind of was talking about, I'd have to watch the video again, and I am blanking at the name. He's a famous comedian, I don't remember who it is.
Mm.
He's like, you got to be prepared about the fact that some people are going to get really mad about these
Yeah.
jokes that you're going to make. Like no matter what you say, people will be mad, and you have to like kind of go in expecting that
Yeah.
with the jokes you're writing if they are touchy subjects.
Mhm.
He goes more into it, obviously, because it's not just me saying it. But it was
I
interesting.
really like that though because I feel like that's something that people forget, and I
Yeah.
know that um I don't even know where I was going with this, but I think that it's just like important to remember like yeah, you're never gonna please everybody.
Oh, that's just a good life general
Yeah.
thing. No. Do you just push her off the back of the couch? Is that what you
Yeah.
do? Happy Mother's Day. My gosh. Um, yep.
Wow, good episode.
Yep, good. Hey, we made it
This
to
was a really good
55 minutes.
episode.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, we talked about a lot of different things,
Mhm.
usually. The problem is that, like, we need to come up with, like, a closing, like, weekly segment. Like, it would be mail time if we had mail. But, like,
Oh no, weren't we gonna like look up something on Yahoo questions and then like answer it or some shit like that?
oh,
You're like,
oh, I remember. That was the episode that got garbled. I forgot that we did that. I think,
oh,
how about, okay, so what's a question that you really want answered? Because we're gonna post it. So here's the thing. So I'm gonna post it here on my end. I'll make a Yahoo account and I will post a question, and then we will take the advice that people send us on Yahoo
Oh,
Answers.
the like the answers that they give us.
Like, yeah,
What?
we'll talk about the answers that they give us. Like, what do real people on Yahoo think that we should do about these certain things?
Oh, I don't know. I don't have any questions.
Okay, so should I just make up a scenario? Should I just surprise you? Maybe I'll just make up
Yeah.
a fake
Oh my God,
scenario.
please.
Okay.
I love that.
See, the thing is that um people send in Yahoo questions to a different podcast that I listen to, so
Oh.
I'm worried if it's too ridiculous that my
Mhm.
fake question will end up on this other show, which is way more famous than ours, by the way. Way more famous. And in some way, I don't mean to be plagiarizing, but the fact that they, like, fake answer and give advice to these Yahoo questions, they're just fucking ridiculous. Um, it's a really good show. Have I told you to listen to My Brother and Me?
Yeah,
I
you told
have.
me about it.
It's so good. You need to listen to it. It's so good. Um, yeah, so they answer Yahoo questions and we're asking Yahoo questions. So I'm afraid there's going to be some crossover there somehow. So, but yeah, I'll ask a question. We'll ask a question to the void of the internet. But yeah, so I'll come back with that. I'll go voice dating and I'll ask some questions to Yahoo and we'll see where I end up.
Oh my God. Oh, are you good, fam?
Oh yeah, I forgot it. It's 10 o'clock and they do a night siren here, and it started
Like for
going off.
curfew or something?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, you remember curfews?
What?
We're we're adults now. Did you ever have curfew? Like when you were a kid growing up, what was your curfew?
I didn't have like friends or anything, so I didn't like
And that's the
that
episode.
didn't apply to me. I never went to parties or anything, so that or dates or anything, so that did not apply to me at all. But
Oh
like
my
some
god.
places have, like I know that if you're like 16 or something, you can't be
Yeah.
out past 10 or midnight. I think it's midnight
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Grand Rapids. You're not allowed to be out.
Mm.
And if the cops get you, you'll have problems.
I remember the high schoolers who could drive home because they would always get out of rehearsal around this time, like 9:30 or 10, especially
Hmm.
during Hell Week or shows. If they drove themselves, sometimes the directors would give notes in case they did get pulled over, or they would have like, excuse me, they would have a share. Share would be in the car, casual. Um, they would have a show program, be like, hey, I just was in a show, this is my name in the program, and you can see that the date was today,
Mm.
just got out of a show, because, like, if the police pulled them over,
Yeah,
and they're a child who can drive by chance. Yeah, alright.
cool.
I like your shirt. Are they doing a musical this year?
Well, they like split up now, so
Oh,
there's
that's not.
well, not like split up like they're done. I mean, they're probably done. Like half of them live in LA and half of them live in Chicago.
Okay.
So, and the ones in Chicago like work at the planetarium, and they're just like doing their own thing. Oh, actually, what is it? A couple of them do comedy at the same place that our friends.
Oh, Second City.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
We're talking about the Star
And
Kid,
like
by the way.
IL, yeah, Star Kid. And IL Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones in LA, like Joey Richter and some other, I don't remember who else. They have like the Tin Can Bros,
Yeah.
and they do
Mm-hmm.
shows and stuff. But it was just the 9-year anniversary of a Very Party musical,
Yeah, they did like a
so they did
9 hour stream.
a 9-hour live stream, yeah,
That's
which is pretty
insane.
sick.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't believe that was 9 years ago.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
wild.
Wait, was it the 9-year anniversary of the third one or the second one? Or the first one?
What do you mean? The
Oh,
first
God.
one.
Then I forgot that it's not as old as I thought it was. I thought it was more than 10. My bad. Never mind. It's okay. We're good. I'm in the right timeline. It's fine.
Oh my god. Oh, did you see the? Probably not. I watched like this other podcast that does like conspiracy theories and other stuff. And what was
Mm-hmm.
it? Stephen Hawking, before he died, he like released something saying that like there's that different universes would have the same laws of physics as our universe. So that's going to make
Mm-hmm.
it like easier to study. So we're like on the brink
Oh,
of
shit.
discovering other universes.
I can't do it. Can't do
And
it.
I'm living. So basically what they're saying is like the Big Bang, when the Big Bang happened, it created like
Oh my
bubbles
god.
of different universes. So like our universe, which is like everything, our solar system, everything, is in one bubble. But you can like measure the, I don't know, like the waves or something, and the distance between like the waves and the bubbles. You can basically discover if we're alone or not. But there's like we're very close to finding evidence that supports the multiverse, like theories. What a time to be alive! On that, we conclude.
I'm gonna conclude. Um, Good talk, everyone.
Oh
I
my
killed
god!
Becca. The podcast is over.
Bye!
And have a good night. Bye. Yeah, that was a good way to end it. That was a good way to end
Oh
it.
my god.
Yeah. Now before we go,
Okay.
we must record. Oh, don't stop the
I'm
recording. Did
not.
you stop it?
No, I didn't.
Okay, good. We have to. I would like for us to be like, um, hi, I'm Becca, and my name is Caitlin, and then both of us say, and this is the Penfriends podcast. And it'd probably not be even, but we can like laugh it off. I would like a clip of us laughing, and I could probably just take a
Oh
fucking
no.
clip of us laughing at the during the show.
Yeah, please pull it from the show.
Cool.
Oh my god. I love
We're one
everything
take
right now.
queens. Alright, do you want to do another clip for
No, that's
security?
okay. No, it's, oh my god.
What? Huh? Huh?
Oh my gosh. Everything
I
is
was
so funny right now to me. I love it.
because you're tired.
Yes.
Because you're tired. Go to sleep. Thanks for talking to me.
Thanks for talking to me.
I'll send you that video, but next week we'll talk about, I don't know.
Okay.
What should we talk about next week? No,
Um,
2 weeks from now.
I don't know. I'll have to see if I can find anything good. Even if it's just like regurgitating cool information from the other podcasts that I watch, because I think about that a lot. Because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
talk about things I'm like super into, so there's that.
Well, that's fine. I think we'll, I'm sure something in the news will come up, will spark conversation.
Yeah,
Or
totally.
something our friends will sometimes do. Stupid things. And we'll talk about those. Because we love our friends. Yay! Anyway, okay. Thanks for talking to me. I should stop recording so I can save it.
Oh, yeah.